So, Ohio passed a fetal heartbeat bill, an anti-abortion bill, passed 13 to 18. And if you don't know what those lines are, those are Ohio's party lines. Voted in basically for the Republicans as another way to limit a woman's right to have her own choice. And I keep hearing this shit from women. What in the fuck is the thing where people feel the need to restrict other people's sex lives? Hey, you're not allowed to be gay. You're not allowed to, get pregnant and terminate the pregnancy. You're not allowed to... What in the fuck decided for people that they were allowed to make these decisions for other people? You're not my fucking daddy. You're not my fucking mommy. You don't get to dictate what the fucking rules are in that regard. So Ohio's fetal heartbeat bill basically says that if a fetal heartbeat can be detected, that you can't perform an abortion. I have a problem with this because I think personally that they should look for brain activity, because frankly, you're still alive after your heart stops. You know when you're dead? When your brain stops. But they don't want to go with that mentality because detecting brain activity in a fetus is, much more difficult. Hell, at 12 weeks, there's some people that don't even know they're pregnant by 12 weeks. This bill is going to allow for people to be stopped as early as 6 weeks. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of any abortion bills. None whatsoever. You have no right to dictate what medical procedure anyone has with their doctor. That's their doctor's choice to make that decision for them based on the health risks for that patient. The church does not get to fucking decide what medical procedures me or my wife or my daughter is allowed to fucking have. You know who's allowed to make that choice? Her. The chick having the procedure. Period. In its entirety, that's it. I don't understand how it got to be this point where we're actually dictating whether or not, it's murdering a baby. No, it's not. No, it's not. And if you give a shit about that, but you didn't say shit about the Catholics versus the Protestants in Ireland, or any of the shit going on in fucking Israel versus the Palestinians, then you don't really give a shit about them killing babies. What you give a shit is your religion having more players. Period. You give a shit about birth. You don't give a shit about anything past that. I don't understand. I really don't. There's huge parts of the abortion rights situation that just doesn't make any sense. First off, how in the fuck are you going to dictate what a doctor deems to be a medically acceptable procedure to perform on a patient? And let's look at the logic of it. Does this chick want to be pregnant? No. That's all the answer you need. She does not want to be pregnant. Does that mean it's a form of birth control? No. It would be a form of birth ending, but not necessarily birth control. People want to think of it in that regard because it allows them to be more insulting from their position. That's why people say things like abortion is baby murder, because they don't know how to say abortion is a medical procedure that a woman and her doctor have discussed having had done. It's baby murder. Has to be that. Has to be the most offensive way people can put it, because they're offended by it. And if they're offended by it, bet your ass they want you to be offended by it.
And at the Hockey World Cup taking place in India, it's England and Australia, the first two teams through to the semi-finals. Australia beat France 3-0, and England defeated the Olympic champions Argentina 3-2.
All abortion laws are religious in nature. All of them. If you are putting together a bill to prevent a woman from having an abortion for whatever reason, when it gets to the base of it, your reasoning for it is moral. It is religious. It is not scientific. It is not logic-based. You're not doing it because you're concerned about the woman. You're doing it for dynastic purposes. Period. I gotta pretend like I'm doing my job. Yeah, fucking stupid shit. Way to fucking go, Ohio. Removing the rights of women just a little bit at a time.